Hi, and welcome back to Hey Doc, What's Up? We're doing this little expose on research into women's hormone replacement and whether or not it's good or bad and whether or not the research is good or bad. So last time we kind of dove into the Women's Health Initiative, the gold standard of hormone research for women in this country, even though I would consider this bad research. It is not really doing good medication, and it is not looking at other than synthetic or non-human based hormone. The American study did not look at estradiol and progesterone, only the European research. But remember, in the European research, all they looked at with a smaller number of patients was breast cancer and the outcome on breast cancer patients. So when the Europeans tried to say to the Americans, we don't get the same results you get, the Americans said, you have nothing to say to us because you didn't do the cardiovascular research. So the Europeans did the cardiovascular research. Now remember that the Women's Health Initiative was meant to be a 10-year study that was called at 7 years on the American side, but the Europeans took it to the full 10-year side. When the Europeans were called out for not doing the cardiovascular study, they started a 10-year cardiovascular study. And it was actually in the British Medical Journal that the European cardiovascular study was published. What did that British Medical Journal research show? Well, they looked at 1,000 patients. So again, we're down to lower numbers of patients that were looked at. But they looked at them with regard to heart attack and stroke, and even in longevity or mortality risk. So what they found is that women who were treated ages 45 to approximately 58, so late perimenopause and early menopause, they looked at them in terms of hormone as estradiol and progesterone and its impact on heart disease, cardiovascular disease of many types, including heart attack and stroke, but in addition, mortality and longevity. So what did they find? Well, interestingly enough, and you can kind of tell from how I'm saying it, is the British study came out and said, we do not agree with what the Women's Health Initiative showed, which was an increase in heart attack, an increase in stroke. What the British Medical Journal found instead was a decrease in heart attack, a decrease in stroke, a decrease in heart failure, and an increase in longevity. The exact opposite of what the Women's Health Initiative had shown from a cardiovascular standpoint. And your first thought is, well, wait a minute. So if they found an opposite effect in breast cancer, and now they're finding an opposite effect in cardiovascular heart attack and stroke data, is it real, or is this medication that much of a difference, bioidentical versus synthetic and horse-based? Inquiring minds want to know. So the next step is the next study that I'm going to talk to you about, and that's next on Hey Doc, What's Up?